everybody, welcome back and welcome to Dabrowa Cove, or more specifically, Dabrowa Cove 2020. It seems like every January, February, March, I'm always remodeling and retinkering my workshop, which is a great thing. It keeps me out of trouble. So I thought it would be kind of fun to do an actual tour of my workshop and just to kind of see how things have progressed over time, along with a slideshow video that I'll probably do a commentary over, or a video commentary on, just to kind of show you where I came from back in 2015-ish to where we are today in 2020. So I'll probably, like I said, have a little slideshow of that, but again, I'll just kind of give you I'll pull everything all out, not live, but I will go ahead and just kind of walk through everything. Small little workshop, but I'll show you what I do to build the bases for Dabrowa bases, along with all my cosplay and just everyday tinkering. And so without further ado, let's go on the tour. All right, begin of the tour. Bandsaw station where I cut typical bass guitar bodies, and so it's kind of like step one would be here, and then after everything's cut, there's my detailization kind of thing, just to kind of figure out what I'm going to do. Tool storage. I got this idea from Adam Savage from Tested. He had one of those little, I forgot what these are called, and what the little storage areas are called for, but made some room for this. Used one bias for it. It was kind of empty space. Didn't know if I was going to go ahead and like utilize the bottom shelf more, so I figured utilize this for right now. This will probably change, of course. Drawer handle. Oh boy, I forgot how heavy it is. Yeah, got to get some handles for this. Templates for my bass guitar builds, bodies and everything else. More on that on the Dabrowa bases, and of course I'll probably be showing it here as well. Dust collection, mounted bucket can swivel and turn, cyclone, and then everything feeds that way. Hose is typical. I need to get a longer hose. That's probably my next project, is going to be doing a dust collection thing. So I'm going to be mounting things from here at the bottom here and running it this way. And then I got blast gates to work with it. But moving on. Drill press. Need a little table so I can go ahead and drill bass guitar bodies, or cavities, and mounting holes for the bridges and so forth. Sanding station, like I said, pretty explanatory, you know, what all that stuff does. Here, clamps. I am like the worst person to have. Clamps are always in my way, but they're always good to have. Created a router box, which I should have just bought the Bosch router table and it together. If you remember this thing is what cut my thumb. Pretty good. So this is my nemesis. And still some blood. Leaving it there for reminder of don't do things stupid. But yeah, they did the box because a lot of dust was being built up. So again, dust collection is my secondary nemesis. Moving on. Basic tool chest. It's stacked on top of this, but I figure I can go ahead and utilize it more. So I have my tools, everyday tools for luthier and everything else. So this is the more luthier side of things for one of my bass guitar builds I'm still tinkering and working with. And that's just ideas, influences, and whatnot. Clamp. Yeah. Then I have the water booth, which you'll probably see not really the overall build of this, but the water booth, paint booth. It's all ran by nice little 2.5 foot, I forgot how many gallons GPH on this filter. Fountain filter, pushes up the water. You'll see that in the video at the end. Try to spray a paint gun. It's okay. Ventilation. So when I have the paint booth, waterfall going and a vent, so I'm not breathing in all that yucky stuff from the paint fumes. And then over here was when I was pretty much, how should I say, like designing, cleaning up, and then like, oh, I have an idea to do something. So I decided to make more of a dedicated sanding station, drown draft table. I'm sorry, excuse me, down draft table. I have a hole for the shop vac hose as well to help with that current. Commandeered this from a previous job area and using the smooth that would fit bass guitar bodies and do some leather working. I have a marble slab as well that I'm working on. Remnants of my first workbench, which you'll see momentarily. And then on this side, storage for my miter saw. I have an idea for that, which I'll talk about momentarily. And then table saw storage for stuff. And then I'm probably going to make a drawer for this right here as well. Some scrap lumber from the bass guitar builds. And then I have another little dust collection item that's going to go to here. And again, dust collection is my overall nemesis, followed by the router being my secondary nemesis. But that's that. Eventually get a nice little fire stove installed, not utilize those heaters. So that's to be announced. Storage. I had storage originally here. Moved there. And then you'll see in the video that I had an old hutch here that I put there, didn't like, so I did double the work, so probably, why I made a bigger mess. But I know this is known as Captain's Quarters. And good old General Kale. And over here is the bar. Can't go wrong there. Obviously, you may have seen other posts. Another project. Grill for the nice summer days. And a little ambiance to go with Dabrowa Cove. And, yeah. Now to get my beautiful mug in this. So, yeah. That is the tour of Dabrowa Cove. Thanks for watching. And, I will see you in the commentary or at the end of this video, whichever. So, thanks for watching and see you later. Hey everybody, welcome back. Going to do the commentary portion of this little video to kind of maybe talk a little bit about it. It should only take less than 4 minutes, 5 minutes max probably. And it's kind of a quick overview of what I kind of give you a tour about and maybe to talk a little bit about it. So I'll just do a little commentary thing with the video here. So let's get to it. First workbench, computer desk from Kohl's. Then I had an old bookshelf that I decided, okay, make a PVC paint booth type thing. Very rickety, very clumsy. Then I'm like, all right, let's go 2x4s. Harvest everything, created this mess, and then escalated to like, all right, time to build something kind of cool and make it more of an assembly line. And being an IT guy, you have access to a lot of cool tools, so that's what I had and had some fun. Started building everything, kind of filling everything in to see what worked, what didn't work, what I wanted, and then it just escalated from there, from the drill press to the shop vac on wheels. My first, well, I can't really point to you, but my first downdraft table in a paint booth, it's like the dust in and everything else, very generic. Then I decided, okay, paint booth time, and then along with the secondary downdraft table. Went ahead and did that, and here we are with, like I said, the basic overall paint booth, chloroplast background, pool final from a kid pool, and then here you kind of get a test of how she looks before she got all painted up, and it does work. You'd be surprised at like how simple and how great it works. Again, with the ventilation that you saw from the basic bathroom ventilation shaft vent. Again, even modifications on the table there. Captain's quarters being a complete mess. There's the idea of the hutch, and now I have more scrap wood, move things around, and
it's all about tiny living workshop, I guess you could call it. um, Again, the first router table, how it looked underneath, and then the box does help out quite a bit. Self-explanatory. Again, I'm gonna start building a more sanding station, uh, tool storage for my sanding station. So different assembly line sections. Then needed somewhere to have easy access tools. I have a plan for the miter saw with a backdraft table, and there she is. We're beginning the video to where it stands with where we've been and where we're at. So that really is it. Um, all I got to say is my workshop is a never-ending design. I'm always adding on things to it, and as you can tell behind me, all right, let me get that in photo there. I'm going to be putting the hoses, and it's kind of, if I can, backwards here, but running the hose that direction. And then I'm going to be doing some blast gate stuff for dust collection for the downdraft table, so I need a flex hose for that. I don't know if I talked about this at all, but I have storage that's all for my guitar parts, from pentameters to just everyday guitar screws and more specific stuff for that. So it's definitely hand in hand with the cosplay, tinkering workshop to the bass guitar builds. Like I said, it's like a mobile assembly line at Dabrowa Cove, and like I said, you can't go wrong with having a nice little bar to get your influences and figure out what it is you like to do. Oh, my camera got a little twisted there when I did that. But it kind of starts like that's the I guess design area right here. Influence to everything else going on here. So living life to the fullest with everything, with my designs and builds. You know, the starving artist, if you want to call it that, but that's just a very broad terminology. You know, I love everything that I do. And I appreciate you guys chiming in once more, sticking with this video of my tour of Dabrowa Cove. And I can't wait to just share more information and get more bass guitar builds and just kind of just keep going with all that stuff. And again, as always, the future's unwritten. So until next time.